What's up? Welcome back to Tales Tomorrow. I am Morrow, your storyteller for today, and with me I have some more RPG horror stories. I know I say welcome back, but some people might be watching this for the very first time. If we never met before, let me introduce myself. Hi, I am Morrow, Pisces. I like to walk on the beach. I'm a little bit grouchy. I'm a hot-blooded tiefling looking for really nobody. Damn, never mind. I don't have much of a dating profile, do I? Anyway, I do RPG horror stories, and we talk about RPG horror stories here. We talk about other stuff regarding D&D and TTRPGs, but I mostly do RPG horror stories. Speaking of, we have some stories for today. Friend asked me to DM so he can flirt, then tries to cancel the game when he gets rejected. This happened almost 10 years ago, but I was thinking about today. D&D 5e has just come out, and I just started playing when a friend of mine asked me if I could run a game for him and a few of his friends. I'd known him for a year or so, but had never met the other players. It was my first time DMing, so I went out and bought a DM screen and ordered a player handbook. The plan was a weekly game. We played at my friend's house where I met the players and everyone made characters. It was 4 guys and 1 girl. The players: Warlock, friend and problem; Druid, the girl; Fighter, Paladin, Rogue. I found out the Warlock was attracted to Druid about an hour into the first session when he suddenly pivoted conversation to aggressively press Druid on why she was with her boyfriend in real life. She was taken aback. I did my best to steer this table of strangers back to the game from an awkward silence. Afterwards, Druid talked to Warlock about why this was inappropriate. Yeah, it's pretty inappropriate. You're prying into someone's relationship, asshat. Don't do that sort of thing. Do you want people questioning? Let's say, for example, you are in a relationship. Do you really think it's appropriate to have people ask like, hey, so why are you and this other person in a relationship then? Wouldn't you be better with somebody else instead, like me? Because that's not gonna make you look good at all. Let people just, if people are happy being together, then they're happy being together. Leave him alone. Hi, Editor Mara here that just woke up. Also, I just want to make a note that how awkward would it be to do that at a table in front of everybody? Just imagine this, right? You enter into a cavern, it is damp and dry, and looks like it goes pretty far deep down. Roll perception to see what you hear. Hey, Warlock, why are you with that guy even? What are you even getting out of this side of that relationship? You should totally date me. What? DM? Yeah, perception, right? Yeah. 16. That'd be a flashbang of a social situation to deal with. Suddenly you go from immersing your session to having to deal with ridiculous out of nowhere questions. The next session, they walked around town and found quests. All throughout, Warlock flirted with her character and announced that his character found hers sexy, whatever he could. Druid was a halfling and a Warlock was a half-elf, so I said it would be weird. Made a joke about her not needing to go on her knees, so I moved on. Ugh. We didn't meet the following week. I was starting to get into DMing, so I took the time to really dig into the game and design my first dungeon. Put a lot of effort into a haunted mansion. Then the day before the 3rd session, Warlock texted me that he had decided to cancel the game. He felt the players were flaky and that he could not play with such unreliable people. I told him I wanted to at least run the next session because I had worked really hard on it, but he refused to play and said I couldn't do it without him because it was his game at his house. So I did it without him. Met somewhere else, and one of Druid's friends joined in Warlock's place. They liked my dungeon and had fun, so I decided I continued to run the game. It went on for 3 years, and I still play with 2 of the same players today, 10 years later. As for Warlock, I found out later he had asked Druid out and had been shot down, prompting him to try to cancel the game. Our friendship more or less ended there. I saw him occasionally for a few more months, but he got super weird and possessive. The rest is not really related to RPGs. Damn, what a clapback. The guy tries to ask a person that's already in a relationship out for whatever reason, obviously gets rejected, and decides, oh, if I can have my waifu, then we can have the game. And the DM just was like, okay, I'll just run it without you. And we had fun. Anyway, to try to claim that you own the game is silly and weird. Everybody gets to own the game. Everybody's playing the game together. It's your game together, not a specific person's game. I mean, maybe it could be. I mean, like, if it's hosted online and stuff, but either way, like, if you already designed the dungeon and you still want to run it, just have without the weirdo that's trying to cancel the game because he can't get over the fact that the person that is taken that he's flirting with rejected them. That is such a silly thing to do. You get rejected, so you try to shut the game down from a person that's already in a relationship. Madness, dude. Madness. Only in TTRPGs. Well, actually, no, not in TTRPGs. I've seen some horrible stuff done in VR chat. But that's neither here or there. Let's get to the next story for today. Player has a problem with women. I'm his female DM. A few weeks ago, a friend of mine introduced his friends to us and we got along. Said friend then asked if we could join a campaign, which sounded fun to him, and I agreed after I'd done a session 0 with him and got a good impression of him. He rolled his character and joined the party. Now, I am DMing for 3 real-life friends. 2 are guys and our dynamic is very easy. We joke about each other and make stupid jokes about gender stereotypes, never crossing a line though. For example, when I went to the kitchen to grab a drink with my headphones on, we play online or Discord and Roll20, my guy friend said, "Good, exactly where a woman should be." Again, I take no offense at such jokes because I know he doesn't mean it in a harmful way. We all can laugh about it. The guy who didn't respect me is another story. I recall one time when my players investigated an abandoned ship. There were no crew left and they wanted to find out what happened to them. I wrote a little adventure around it, and after some hours they found out and defeated the evil. I was glad everyone was having fun. Then the problem player asked, "That was cool. Good job, Daniel." Daniel is a friend who has introduced us and had been playing for years, so got a lot of experience. I was confused, so I asked back, "Well, why Daniel?" To which the problem player answered, "Didn't he help you with it?" I said that I did in fact wrote it by myself. That was an awkward silence and he just went with, "Okay," like he didn't believe me. It was weird, not gonna lie. Is this guy surprised that women can write good stuff? People can write good stuff regardless if you're a guy or a gal or whatever. Are you gonna tell me the guy's gonna be absolutely flabbergasted by the idea that a woman can write something good? Wow, you wrote something good and you're a woman? What does that mean? There have been some minor things that have happened too, which got me in the feeling that he either doesn't like my style of DMing, my campaign, or me overall. For example, he made snarky comments about every female character introduced, them either being too annoying, too cliche, too babbly, or too childish. One comment struck with me, which he said, "I don't know, why are you doing this? Women don't act like that." Big news, I am a woman. I know how a woman acts and feels. He then just went with a snarky, "Yeah, whatever. Maybe you're just not a woman enough." Oh my god, I'm gonna die from the absurdity of this. Maybe you're not a woman enough. Asking a woman. Does he know more about being a woman? God, this cringe is killing me. Again, I rubbed it off as poorly made jokes since it's common in our friend group to joke about such things, but I realized that he started to make meaner comments. My voice was too high and screechy all of a sudden. My missions were boring. My DMing style was not enjoyable. I talked to him about it. He just said he was sorry and he was going through a hard time. I told him that I understand if he was in a difficult place, but not to let his frustration out on me. But then, after another mission, I've had enough and I realized he was just not having fun, but that he had a problem with women overall. Players needed a way to cross the ocean and hired a captain. A female captain. I heard problem player side but focused on them negotiating the price for the ride. Short time later they were on the ship and the captain asked them about their backstories a bit. Problem player answered, "I don't want to talk about it with some rich." I was surprised since the captain hasn't done anything yet besides them taking on her ship. Me as the captain, "I would not tolerate someone disrespecting me on my ship. You better watch your words." "Yeah, whatever, dude." "Your SF must not be working fine, but I'm no man, son." I have no idea where this animosity is coming from. Did like a woman kill his grandma, grandpa, his entire lineage and his puppy or something? I don't understand. Maybe guy got rejected once. Now hey, it's all women. All women are bad after one single rejection. Who knows? I don't know what this guy's deal is. I have no idea. The guy's excusing himself by saying he's having a hard time. Having a hard time speaking to a woman, existing near a woman. He's having a hard time understanding that a woman exists. What is the hard time? What is his deal? Somehow that triggered him to where he wanted to duel her for his honor or something. Asked him out of game if he was sure since she is several levels higher than him, but he insisted. So they fought. He lost, of course. And when I tell you he was freaking out, he wasn't just disappointed that he lost, he was straight up angry. We asked him to calm down since it wasn't the end of the world, and I told him to leave the call for a while to let the steam off since it was very uncomfortable for us to hear him rant, to which he said, "Stop telling me what to do. No woman tells me what to do." And that was it. I realized that he just had a deeply rooted problem with women, fictional or not, and that all this snarky theory towards me was because of this. He left the call and our friend Daniel said he would talk to him, but I didn't want the guy back in my campaign. For my sake and our other female friend's sake, to which everyone agreed. Don't know what happened after. Daniel haven't mentioned him again. Maybe he ended the friendship. I don't know. Just hope the guy gets help. Well, whatever's going on, I really hope it gets out, because good lord, having him around anywhere would just be a nightmare. God, the existence of a woman is enough to send him into a hissy fit, into just a foaming rage. Maybe a woman is like his arch nemesis or something, some sort of like a Batman villain. Maybe he's a Batman hero in his own head, and his parents got killed by a woman. Oh, or I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's get to the next story for today. The DM's favorite player. A couple of weeks ago, I joined the paid campaign. It was so bad that I legitimately considered reporting it to PayPal for a refund. It was all because of one player. One, he swears more than a Visipop project, to the point that every sentence he has to have the freak word because it will make it automatically funnier to them. He would go on tangents and off-topic conversations with the DM, discussing his personal life and experiences with other campaigns. He announces that he plays D&D daily, making you think he would know some table etiquette, but evidently not. He had to rush my introduction to the campaign because this player spent half an hour talking about how this character made another player's character rage quit. He would dismiss any idea I had by saying, my idea is objectively better. If he wasn't saying that, he would have ignored me. He would snore during other players' turns while sleep talking to get the other players to heal him after he got knocked down, even when the players were explaining their actions during combat. It wasn't even funny the first time, but he did it for every turn after he got down, which, considering it was the second round, turned a potentially fun fight into a nightmare. And the DM would complain about me metagaming. What was the metagaming, you ask? I thought a prone ogre had more than 10 AC because I rolled a 9 and used Bardic Inspiration to add 1d6. My character apparently couldn't hear or roar in one of the two tunnels. I didn't even demand the party to go to the other way, I just suggested it. Hey, if you, player, heard it, here's a roar from the other tunnel, we should go to the other way. DM stopped right there and said to me, stop metagaming, you didn't hear anything from the other tunnel. I don't know if the player got like a super low roll in perception or something, but tunnels are pretty, echoey. And the snore of an ogre, a pretty sizable creature, will probably be pretty audibly heard throughout the cavern if it's happening over and over. And with echo traveling around, it probably makes sense that people would hear it. So unless the player rolled really low in perception and for whatever reason couldn't detect it, I don't know why they would not be able to detect it. Maybe there's a magical reason. Maybe it was a magical ogre with a magical snore that makes no noise or something. I don't know. So the guy can snore into the mic while demanding to be healed and is not metagaming, but me thinking an ogre has more than 9 AC and suggesting another path because of what another character heard is metagaming. After the session, I had a private conversation with the DM who had the gall to say that I was causing problems. When I pointed out the other player's behavior, the DM said that he was in character. Him ignoring or putting me down, he's playing an evil character. I play evil characters sometimes. I don't know that most significant role of being an evil character is to be a team player. You don't put down other people's ideas and you don't ignore people. Him snoring into the mic and demanding to be healed during other players' turns, his character was subtly hinting that he needed to be healed. It was as subtle as a train wreck. Subtly hinting. Apparently we call snoring into the microphone as subtly hinting for a pick-me-up. You know what could be easily done? Hey guys, could you pick me up on this round? Thanks. No snoring required. See? Wow, I can't believe I'm not snoring. I'm not subtly hinting DM at being able to be picked up because I'm just waiting and asking politely if I could be picked up. Wow, and not being a disruption, just snoring away into the microphone. Oh, guys, please pick me up. You know what I call that, DM? I call that mic spam. And I'll mute people that start snoring loudly or making obnoxious noises into the mic in Discord for everybody to have to suffer. After the session, I realized that this other player was the DM's main meal ticket. He played in all the DM's paid campaigns and had been playing with them for 3 years. I know that because of what the DM told me. No wonder he took the other player's side. This could explain why all the other campaigns are constantly losing players. DM had a server for all these paid campaigns, and during my week of staying there, half the announcements from the DM were sessions cancellations due to lack of players. Must be because we fared Millstone, right DM? I don't know what Millstone is, I'm assuming same thing as a cash cow. But dude, if somebody has a paid game and the one player that's being a disruption is being preferred because the player's constantly paying for the game, you're just not worth playing at that point. Imagine paying for a game where you have to deal with a disruptive little bothersome pest. And that's your experience of a paid game. The DM is going to be protecting the pest, but barking at you for any sort of metagaming. It's just ridiculous, dude. Just leave. Save your money, spend your money somewhere else. It's just really not worth it, especially with this sort of DM and this sort of game. Let them just rot together. Let them rot together in their own paid games. And with that, that's going to be all our stories for today. I want to thank you very much for watching, and thanks so much for being here. If you like what I do, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. Also, if the RPG Horror Stories ever goes down, or if you want to submit your own personalized horror story, email is down in the description below. I'll see you again in more Tales tomorrow. Bye-bye.